Eating this reminds me of my college days, back when I was pretty poor. But hey, it's still pretty good.
What you doing there?
Just eating some depressing food.
Dude, I don't want to see you doing that. We're on Brewbros. I've got a much better solution for you. Beer. Talk about college days, and you know what solved all of my problems back in college? Beer. And the best thing is, we get the best of both worlds. You talk about a cheap way to eat in these cup noodles, and I'm talking about a cheap way to drink. Cup noodle beer. And with that, let's pour ourselves a glass. Try it out.
Let's go.
All right, Jeff. So we talked about going back to college, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be eating cup noodles 3 times a day.
You know what? You're actually right. I'd rather be drinking 3 times a day.
Exactly. Which I think fits the college narrative much better. And with that, this is the perfect beer. This is a Cup Hazy IPA that has 6.9% ABV. Fantastic looking beer. And it's brewed actually in California again by Evans Brewing Company up in Corona. And ultimately, I gotta say, from the look of this can, I think it will bring me back to college.
I mean, just looking at this beer, this looks like they just pour down, the cup noodle water
Exactly.
off of it.
Absolutely. It literally looks like something straight out of the depressing meals that I would survive off of.
I don't know if anybody can see my hand past this, right?
No,
it's not clear like the past ones that we've had.
Yeah, well, and that's what I think makes it the Hazy IPA. And so I think that's where I find it interesting is are they going to actually try and play on the cup noodle flavors and like beef or chicken or like as gross as that sounds and try to kind of like, make it reminiscent of that sort of meal, or are they trying to take it a completely different direction?
I honestly just hope that this is a full meal's worth of beer.
I know, right? At the end of the day, it is kind of just bread in a can. And that's basically cup noodle too. So, I mean, looking at it, it looks great. Smells a little bit like it too.
Smells like a cup noodle.
Oh man, I'm actually really excited for this. This smells super good. Well, without further ado,
let's cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Right off the bat, I taste cup noodle. What do you taste?
I do too. A little bit of that. See, at the end of the day, it is a hazy IPA, so there's a lot of beer flavor in there.
But at the same time, I do feel like there's kind of like that tang that
yeah, like a little bit of that
noodle gives you.
That like wheat kind of noodle almost flavor. Like so there is so much body to this. It's almost like eating cup noodles. It's so weird. Like there is a lot of body to it. It's kind of the same feeling you get from actually eating that stuff. It's fantastic, actually. I love this.
I think it's actually pretty well executed, to be quite honest. This is something that I would personally drink.
Actually,
yeah, it is something that I feel like a lot of people should try. Just to bring you back to those college days.
Yeah, and that is kind of the funny thing about it is that most of those like off-handle beers that we've tried. We've tried like the banana beer and like all that weird stuff.
Cheers.
Whoa. That's a lot of those things are like the dragon's milk, all those things like you could drink one of them and then
kind of just be done with it.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like it has this flavor and it's interesting at the first time and like that's really it. But this I can tell you like it's really well rounded. It has good body, good flavor, good beer taste. I actually really, really do like this beer.
I mean, do you think that they added some type of flavoring to give it that like cup noodle taste?
I think so, and I'm really curious to see what they did with it because it does taste, like I said earlier, like it has that body to it. Like there's that weird noodle flavor to it. It's so I'm finding it hard to actually describe how this flavor.
But see, the thing is that hazies are normally like you could tell that they're hazies. One, because you can't see your hand behind it, and two, I mean, they're a lot lighter than this.
Yeah.
But for some reason, this one's actually a lot darker.
Exactly.
And I'm not sure they actually added instant noodles to it.
I know, right?
But
in my mind, I like to think that in that whole brewing process, they just bought like 10,000 pounds worth of cup noodles and just threw it in that giant vat. And we're like, you know what? Let's see how this goes. But yeah, I gotta say, this is a fantastic hazy IPA.
So, on your taste buds, what would you rate this at?
So let me give it one more sip. Good excuse to try it again, right? I'd give this like a solid 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I absolutely love this. It tastes good. They didn't spend too much time trying to focus just on it being like cup noodle flavored or anything like that. It's not
so
a straight up chicken broth or anything like that. At the end of the day, like, it is a good IPA. It is a good beer to drink. What do you think?
You don't really taste the hops at the very end, because you know how hazies mostly have a lot of hops within them, but for this one, I mean, it seems like the last thing you taste is the top ramen.
Yeah, I know, right? And
there's really nothing else.
It is pretty mellow, pretty smooth for being an IPA. I think it's really good.
Yeah, so for me, to be quite honest, I'd actually give it a 9 out of 10 as well. It is actually pretty good.
And I think anybody in college, this is your college diet. It's because it mixes the alcohol and the ramen in one. And at the end of the day, we're talking about cost savings here. And as far as bang for your buck, I think you can live off of this as well as get drunk off of it.
Of course.
And I think that's all you're really looking for.
So, I mean, just as you guys know, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what else you guys want us to try.
Definitely try this out. I would say go to the store, give it a try. Hopefully it's under $5.